Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Unfound Podcast channel on YouTube. I am, of course, Unfound's host, Ed Densel. I hope everybody is having a great 2023. It seems like forever since I did one of these map analyses or analysis, or however you want to put it. Mainly because we've covered a couple disappearances here so far in 2023, where routes and maps and locations just weren't major parts of those cases, in my opinion. Of course, maybe you thought differently. However, when we get to this particular disappearance, the disappearance of Matthew Braswell, which is an episode that came out on January 27th of 2023. This is certainly one where we have to take a look at the location, the surrounding area, maybe where Matthew could have walked or run to. That all has to be examined, given that he is still missing. I think there are a few different possibilities here. So let's get started. And if you like this video, of course, please give it a thumbs up. What you're looking at here is a location, of course, a satellite view of where the wreck happened that day. So Antonio and Matthew, presumably, they were on this road, right here, Ponder Road, and this one that goes down here and makes this 90-degree turn. They were on this road, opening mailboxes, trying to find, the way I understand the way this scheme works, they're trying to find mailboxes with mail in them that have checks going out. Not checks that are coming to these people, the recipients, the people who live on the road, but they're sending checks out in the mail. That's the way I understand it. So they're going through down this road, one way or another, and to zoom in, and allow me to zoom in a little bit, you will see that there are houses on this road. Yes, they are out in the country. There's a few, and then there's some space. There's a few more. Maybe this lends itself to committing this kind of crime successfully. But they're on this road, and they get seen by somebody on this road. It was raining that day. Antonio's driving. I've posted a couple pictures of the aftermath of the wreck. But they try to take off. Antonio loses control of the vehicle, and there's a crash. Where the crash happened, I'm not sure. I do not believe it's like way down, like to the, what would that be, the southeast off the screen, like so to the down and to the right. But it wasn't necessarily right up here where Ponder Road meets Cookville Highway, and I think we pronounced that wrong or said the wrong name there in the episode. I think it also is known as Route 56, something like that. But when we're talking about the main road, we're talking about this yellow road right there. But they were on this road. There's a wreck. We could maybe think that if they were down here, they tried to make this turn and lost control. Doesn't seem like there's anything really to wreck into. And I think if you look at that vehicle, it does look like it hit something hard like a tree. So maybe it was over here. Maybe it was a little closer to this main road, but not right at the main road and not far away from the main road. So they wreck. Antonio and Matthew decide to flee, most likely because they believe the police are going to be on the way. Antonio has some internal injuries. Maybe he's not aware of them right at that moment. Adrenaline's kicking in. And then he just collapses, and Matthew takes off, never to be seen again. As you also heard, there was a jacket found that police believe to be Matthew's. And you heard Amy say that the jacket was on the way from the vehicle to this highway out here. Now, the problem is we don't know what that exactly means. And even Amy herself, nobody else in her family has seen this jacket. It's just the police deciding that it's Matthew's. Maybe they've done a DNA test or something on the blood that was found on it. So that could mean that the wreck was here and the jacket was found, let's just say, on the edge of these trees, because that would be on the way to the highway, or maybe it was right along the road. We just don't know. Of course, if we really wanted to get extreme, maybe it meant that it was over here, and maybe they got the idea that Matthew was headed over this way, running through the woods, trying to get way over to where this, right on the edge of the screen there, where the road is going down towards Smithville. The family continues to be unclear on all of this. Could be a couple reasons. Maybe since then the police have decided maybe that jacket isn't really his. Maybe it could be that they think that the family might still be involved. Maybe somebody's covering up for him. Multiple reasons why the police might not want to reveal where the jacket exactly was or shown it to anybody. We just don't know. So, of course, searches were done throughout this area. You heard about that in the episode, and I will zoom out to get a better idea. And certainly looks like a tough area to search, but we have to remember that this was December, so it would look a lot like it does here. The satellite picture was certainly taken in the fall. There's no, that's why everything looks so brown, not a lot of leaves on the trees, and that would certainly make it easier, I think. If you're looking for someone, if you're looking for remains, if you think that Matthew is deceased, I think that would make it easier. But you can see off to the east, there is this lake. However, it's quite a ways from where this wreck occurred over here. And although we certainly can't talk about missing people going into rivers, there really isn't anything like that in the area, especially if we are to think that in his mind, Matthew was thinking, well, I need to get out of there. I need to get back to town. I need to get back to my car. I need to get back to where I'm living with my girlfriend. Well, that is all in a westerly direction. It is not to the east. So if he had his mind, if he was thinking clearly, at least for those first few minutes, he would have been headed in an east or maybe a west or southwest direction. This way. I think I said west before. Maybe not. He'd be going this way to the west. This is to the east. The lake's off to the east. He would be heading in a southwest direction. Now, you may be wondering now, well, let's say he was trying to make it to his girlfriend Kim's where he lived with her, or he's trying to make it to where his car was at this guy Chad Taylor's. Well, both of those people live down in the Smithville area, which is down here. I'll zoom out again. So right now we're looking at the wreck site way up here. Smithville is down here. That's about 5 miles going by the road. If you're following this yellow line, going by the road to get down in here. And the way I remember it, that Kim lived somewhere down over here on this side of town. I forget where Chad lived, but they were both lived in the Smithville area. They did not live out here near the wreck site or over here or up here anywhere. They lived all down in that area. So 5 miles doesn't sound like that's too far away. But we're thinking in car terms. If we're thinking in walking terms, the usual gauge I use is that the average human walks between 3 and 4 miles an hour. So let's just say that he's trying to avoid the roads because the police are after him. He would have to be going cross country. That would certainly slow him down to maybe 2.5 miles an hour. We're talking a walk that may take 2.5 hours or something like that. Certainly not impossible, but it's still something to think about. And we don't really know where he was going anyway. He certainly did not get to his car because his car was still at Chad Taylor's, and you heard that eventually Kim got it, seemingly sold it. Big question, was there one set of keys, two set of keys? And then as she stated, she had Matthew's phone too. Well, how did she get that? Those are things you'll have to rack around in your mind to see what makes most sense to you. We could go in a direction that he actually did make it home. Maybe he had injuries that he succumbed to them. Maybe. Or maybe something more of a foul play nature happened. I'll leave it up to you. But this is why I wanted to go through this map analysis. It does seem to me the closer you get to Smithville, the easier the area is going to be searched. You see a lot of these shadows here. Those are hills. I don't know if we'd call them mountains, but they're certainly hills. Depending on how many people they had, did Matthew even understand a sense of direction at that point? If he did hit his head, but was still thinking clearly, did he know north, south, east, and west? Hard to say. But those are the locations. Up here is where the wreck occurred. We have this lake off to the east. Some trees and things, but we got a lot of empty land in here too, with just plains and where maybe fields and maybe crops or grass or something like that. And then down here, if he was trying to make it anywhere, the two destinations he could have had, to Kim's or to Chad's, were down in this area 5 miles away. So I hope this helps you try to think about what could have happened to Matthew Braswell. And this is an episode that came out on January 27th, 2023. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to this channel, maybe joining this channel for the low price of $3 a month to get some extra stuff there, or join us over on Patreon at patreon.com/unfoundpodcast. Thanks for watching.